Hi Manpreet, I'm doing good Manpreet, thank you. How about you? Okay, so from where we have to start today? Implementation. Do the lab. So let me open the material here. It's page number 51. Okay,
Recording in
okay. Some name
progress.
randomly I'm taking here. Okay, I'm creating a storage account, guys. Quickly, I'm creating a storage account. This all things I've explained in the previous classes. Please see the video recordings if you need a revision. If you need a revision, please see the video recordings. So let the storage account gets deployed here. Click on create. After the storage account gets deployed, I'll create a container inside the storage account. Okay, I'll go here inside the storage account. I'll go for the blob services. I'll create the container. I'll say here source container. Okay, I'll upload this file. Details 1111.csv. Okay, step by step I'm doing, guys. Okay, just have an eye. Okay, just have an eye on it. Okay, this file I'll upload it. Done. Step 2, create a data lake Gen2 storage account and container inside it. Okay, so I'll come here. I'll create one more storage account, and this will be my data lake Gen2 storage account. So I'll say a destination is say 1771. Okay. To make any storage account as data lake Gen2 storage account, this is one extra click you have to do. This is just one extra click you have to do. Rest all things are same. This I have already told and explained in the previous classes. Please watch the video recordings. Okay. Very rigorously, aggressively, interestedly. Okay. If you really want to learn the technology, guys. So I'm deploying a destination storage account. Step 2. I'm doing a step 2. And I'll create a container inside the destination storage account. So let the storage account gets deployed here. Okay, the deployment is completed. Okay, no, no, no. If you want to create multiple storage account, then you have to write the script. Okay, with the script, either infrastructure as code you have to use, and you can write the script. That will be done by DevOps engineers, not by you guys. Data engineers will mostly use this one only, Azure portal, or else they, if you really want, then you have to learn, like, ARM templates, Terraform, like this scripting language you can use. So I'll say a data lake storage. I'll create one container here saying destination container. I'll click on create. This is done. Step 2 is done. Just a container. So what is my plan? What is my plan here? My plan is I want, okay, this file, this file which is there in my source storage account. Okay, this file which is there in my source storage account here. Okay, this file should be copied into my destination here. Here the file should come here. Right now it is blank. It is blank now. This file should come here into this destination by following all the conditions, all the requirements, all the business okay, pre-terms and all. And finally this file should be loaded here into your destination. This is what our plan. Now create an ADF, launch ADF Studios. Okay, so I'll go to home. I'll say here data factories. Data factories. Okay, data factories. Click on create here. I'll take practice RG. I'll say here Naresh ADF. Okay, I'll say Naresh ADF. Okay, this ADF we have deployed already. I'm just leaving the values to default. I'm getting some error. Let me see. Name is already been taken. It is saying this name is already been taken. This name is also taken. Very nice. This name, okay, 1974. Some name I have given. I'll do one thing, guys. I'll do one thing. This is what the storage account I have, resource group I have created. Practice RG, na? Okay, fine. I'll deploy my ADF also in practice RG resource group only. Okay. I'll go ahead and deploy the data factory. Guys, see, these all options we have discussed in the previous classes. I'm not going to repeat the same thing again and again because we are having a lot of topics to cover. If you want this revision about Git configuration, networking and all, please refer the previous class. Previous class video recordings. I'll go here for Australia East region. Why? Because my storage accounts I have deployed in Australia East. See, my storage account I have deployed in Australia East region. So better I'll go for Australia East region only. Okay. Fine. I launch the studios. I'm launching the ADF studios here. Okay. I'll go to author. Okay. See, guys, there are two ways that you can do here. Remember, okay, you can first create the link services data sets, then you can design the ADF pipelines. Or, okay, what you can do after you have created the ADF, you can, okay, design, you can create the link services and data sets, okay, along with the pipelines, along with the pipelines. Two options you are having. Either you can create first link services and data sets, then you design your ADF pipelines, or else along with your ADF pipelines, okay, along with your ADF pipelines designing, parallelly you can create link services and data set. But this is the mostly frequently used approach. This is mostly frequently used approach. And if you see here what I'm doing, straightforward, I started designing the pipelines. Straightforward, I started designing the pipelines. So when I'm designing the pipelines, along with my pipelines, parallelly, I'm designing the data sets and link services also. That's what I'm saying here. First you create link services and data sets, then design ADF pipelines, or else along with ADF pipelines, you can create parallelly link services and data sets. Two options you are having. Either you can take this approach or you can take this approach. Getting to go to Mumbai, from Hyderabad, there are multiple routes. Either you can go with Cholapur, you can go with Pune, you can go with some other route. Multiple routes are there. Whichever route you are convenient, you can go with. The same way here, multiple ways that you can work in ADF. And the most frequently used one is this one. Okay, getting guys, is that clear? So what I'll do now, I will go here and I'll say here pipeline, click on three dots, pipeline, and say new pipeline. So I'll say here pipeline, say here new pipeline. Okay. I'll give the name as what? Dynamic pipeline. I'm giving the name as what? Dynamic pipeline. Then next in active pane, type get metadata, drag and drop the get metadata control to the center. Okay. So here say get metadata. Just search here metadata, drag and drop here to your pipeline canvas. Okay. Drag and drop. Okay. Get metadata control to center. Click on settings tab. Okay. Plus new. Okay. Click on the settings tab. Say here plus new. Okay, what you are creating a data set. See here, you are finding data set on the top. So I am creating a data. So I'll say here what blob. I'll say here what a blob. Why? Because I want to fetch the data from my source. And my source storage account is what? My source storage account is blob storage account. This is my source storage account, right? Source SA. SRC means what? Source. SA storage account. See, this is what? Blob. That's why I'm searching here what? Blob. Okay. I will say here blob storage account, continue. Okay, I take anything. I can take anything. I'm saying here. Okay, CSV, and I'll give the name as what DS input. Dataset name, I'm giving it as what DS input. Then link services. Link services I have not created, pretty obvious. If I have not created a link services, then I have to create now. Now I have to create, that's what I'm saying here, plus new. I'll say here, plus new. I'll give the link service name as this one, ls blob storage. Fine. Select Azure subscription, blob storage account, test connection, create. So select the subscription, blob storage account, test connection. Connection should be successful. Connection successful you should get, and then click on create. Done. Click on folder icon. Okay. The container, whatever you have created inside your storage account, source storage account, select file here. Okay. The file what you want to copy from source to target. Okay. I'll say here source container. This file I want to copy. I'm taking this one. I told this, right? First row should be header. Check, because the file is having columns as header. First row as header for columns. We want to copy the entire file, schema, data, structure, everything. So I'll just say, and then I'll say, okay. This is done. All these steps. Action by action, I have written here. I'm showing. In settings tab for field list, click on plus new. Click the drop box. Okay. In settings tab here, click on field list. This is the field list. Plus new. Okay. Click the drop box every time and click on plus new every time. And select the below options for every box. Okay, column count, content, message digest, item name, item type, exist, last modified, size, structure. This all details is what? Getting the metadata of the file. Getting the metadata of the file. So what I'll do, I'll say here plus new, plus new, plus new, plus new, multiple plus news. These are multiple boxes I have launched. So I launch column count. Okay, how many columns are there in my file that I want to know? Content, messages, just I want to know. Item name, item type, exist. Item name, item type, exists. Last modified, size, structure. Okay, last modified, size, structure. Okay, that is sufficient. I'll just delete this too. Okay, this all information is called getting the metadata of the file. Getting this all information is called getting the metadata of the file. So this feature, field list, this feature you can find it for metadata control only, in metadata control only. Okay, then publish all, publish, close. Click on debug, wait for some 5 minutes till it gets deployed, and in output tab see the arrows for input and output that shows the metadata of the file. So say here publish all, publish. Okay. Bhaskar, regarding this, I have seen your email. Okay, I have seen your email. So what is this you are saying? Oracle database 19C installed after completing tomorrow. Please show the Oracle to Azure database migration by ADEF will do. Okay, so you want okay, I'll do one thing, Bhaskar. Oracle to Azure database migration you are saying. I'll drop you an email for this one. Okay, I'll drop you an email for this. Okay, fine. So I took this your requirement. Okay, see Bhaskar, see I'm not an Oracle guy. Okay, I have not done Oracle anytime before, but I'll find out something for you and I'll send you an email. I have seen your email. Okay, you have written a very big paragraph, so I don't have that much time to reply your email. Very good that you have reminded me in the class. This I'll respond back to you on email only. Okay. Next is what, sir. What is this? Tohir is saying, sir, metadata can be beyond these fields, right? Yeah, metadata could be anything, but not could be anything. Whatever the fields, whatever the fields that it is offering, that fields you can select. If your client is asking something beyond this, then you can tell to the client that in Azure ADF pipelines, these fields are available for us to show as metadata. If something is more beyond that you are asking for, then this is not in scope. That you can tell to the client, not a problem, Tohir. Okay, fine. Okay, fine, fine. All right. 1 minute, guys. All right. So now the publishing is completed. See, the publishing is completed here. Click on close and I'll do the debug. I'll do the debug here. Okay. So what is there right now in my pipeline? There is only one control, metadata control. There is only one control in my pipeline. That control pipeline got succeeded. If you want to see the output, then this is your option for output. To see the output, click on this option here, expand this window. See here now, it is giving the complete metadata. What is the item name in your source storage account? The item name is details 1111.csv. What is this? Basically, it's a file. Is it existing? Yes, it is existing. When it got created, modified? Today, 24th of July, so and so time. What is the file size? 146 MB. What is the structure of the file? Means what? How many, what are the column names in the file? So what is the column names? Name, year passed, marks, product type. How many column counts are there in the file? Total 4 columns are there in the file. So this is all. This is all is called as what? Metadata of the file. This is called as what? Metadata of the file. Okay. If you want to store, no, you can see the output at any time you want to here. At any time you want, you can see this output. It will be available for you. Fine. Next, what I'll do, see the definition of metadata I have given here. Metadata means when the file got created, on which date and time it got created, it got modified, what is the file size, what is the file type, okay, etc. All these columns, like how many columns are there in the file, what are the column names, and the header columns is called as what? Metadata of the file. Okay. Next, what I'll do, I'll perform the step 6. In activities pane, type validation, drag and drop validation control. What I'm doing now, I am launching a new control called validation. How? Just simply say here validation. Okay, fine. Drag and drop the validation control to center before get metadata activity. So I'll just say here validation control, drag and drop here before get metadata activity. This is my get metadata activity. This is my validation activity. Okay, this two. So what it is saying, name validate if file exists. What name I'm giving to this control? I'm giving name as what? Validate if file exists. So what this control is going to do? This control is telling me whether the file is existing in my source system or not. This control will let me know whether the file is exist in my source system or not. See here, there is only one file. There is only one file. Okay, that we can say easily the file is there available. Okay, if there are many files, then okay. Bhaskar, for this you have to have, guys, please ask your questions at the end of the class. See, the entire class is getting distracted. See, you are getting it out, you are putting it. I am opening the chat, okay, and I am stopping the explanation, the concept, what we are discussing. Okay, do one thing. Whatever the doubts you are getting it, immediately note it down in a notepad. At the end of the class, you just put it, I'll address it. See, the entire class is getting disturbed, even myself also. Okay, whatever the doubt you are getting, this is fine. You can ask me. Okay, Tohir is asking, Shilpa Sahu is asking something, Bhaskar and all. So at the end of the class, every class I'll ask any doubts, any questions before closing the class. On that time, you put me your questions. Fine. Yes, you can do Bhaskar. 4 TB data is also there. You can do it. For this, you have to create and what we call it as integration services. What it is that you have to create it. Integration runtime. You have to create an integration runtime with a high power compute, high processing power, high networking power, and all. Then you can load it. Okay, the integration runtime, what it is getting created. Integration runtime, yes, I am going to show, but not now. It is there in the upcoming classes. Okay, fine. The integration runtime, what we are getting by default. Okay, that integration runtime we are using now. How to create our own integration runtime, that also I am going to show, but not now, in the upcoming classes. You have to wait for it. Okay, fine. Now, guys, please put your questions, park your questions somewhere at the end of the class. Put me the questions. So what I'm doing here now, see, I'm saying that this control is specifically letting me know whether the file is existing in my source system or not. Correct now? If the file itself is not existing in my source system, if I run the pipeline, then unnecessarily I'm increasing the bill in my Azure subscription, because every time you run your ADF pipeline, Azure will charge you. In real-time projects, when you are working in real Azure subscriptions, Azure paid subscription, what happens here? When you run the pipeline, every time it is chargeable for you. So before running the pipeline, you are making all these conditions, you are making all these prerequisites, you are ensuring all these things is there or not. Then if yes, all these things met, if all these things met, then only you will deploy, you will run your pipeline, and that you will get your final data loaded into your destination. Okay, fine, guys. So what I'll do here now, I have given the name of the control, something like validate if file exists. Okay, click on settings tab, dataset, click on the knob and choose JS input. Click on this control. Okay, first you have to establish a connection between these two controls. How to establish a connection? Simple. Press this green button and drag and drop. Press this green button and drop it here to your get data. Connection will get established. Okay, fine. I'll say here, establish a connection. Establish a connection. Then click on settings tab. Okay, click on the head of this control. Click on the settings tab for data set. Okay, click the knob and choose DS input. Okay, say here DS input. We have created this data set with this control. Okay, fine. This data set we have created in above demo. So above demo is related to this only. Okay, same continuation only. Next we are having is what? Timeout. Timeout, this option. What is this timeout option? See, I'm saying here for timeout. Okay, 70000000 means what? Means this control will keep on validating whether the file is there or not till 7 days. Till 7 days. Okay, if I give like this, so this is what? Days. This is days. Okay, this is what? Hours. This is what? Hours. This is what? Minutes. This is what? Seconds. So if I'm saying here 7, then this control will check for the file up to 7 days. If I say here 5, then it will check whether the file is existing or not up to 7 days from your date of run of the pipeline. Okay, if you say here 2, it will check up to 2 days. If you say here 0, if you say here 5, then it will check for 5 hours. If you say here 0, if you say here 45, then it will check up to 45 minutes. If you say here 0, if you say here 12, then it will check up to 12 seconds only. Okay, that is what how it is. So I'm saying here, check it for up to 7 days or whatever you want. I'll say here 00, I'll say here 5. It will check for up to 5 days. Sleep. Next is what we are having. Sleep. Okay. What is sleep? 30 means for every 30 seconds it will check. This is the frequency. This is the frequency. This is the time duration. This is the frequency and this is the time duration. Okay, guys, please don't put your question. Hold on. Okay. At the end of the class, I'll take it up. Okay. It check the file in source system, Mrityunjay. It will check the files in your source system. Source storage account is there, na? Where else it will check? What do you think? It will check somewhere else. Whatever you have given in your link services, the information, the data set, the information, with that only it will check it. Na? For that only we have given this data set. Why we have given this data set? What is the purpose of giving this data set then? What is this data set is carrying? Why we have created this data set? Please read the material. Read the material. Don't just come to classes. Believe me, if you just sitting in the classes, not practicing, not reading the material, not watching the videos and all, then I'm telling you, it's difficult for you to catch up each and everything. Okay. So here you have to be little bit prepared also. Read the material, guys. Important. Read the material, you will come to know. This data set is carrying the information about your source system. That's why we are giving the data set here for each and every control. Okay, fine. So what I'll do now, okay. Yes, fine. So I'm saying here, this is the time duration and this is the frequency. If I'm saying here 30, then it will check for every 30 seconds. It will check for every 30 seconds and up to 5 days it will check. For every 30 seconds, it will go and knock whether the file is there or not, and it will check for 5 days. Fine, this is what I have given. Next, minimum size of the file should be 10 bytes. I'm putting one more condition. I'm saying that the file size should be at least 10 bytes, not less than that. If it is less than 10 bytes, then ignore the file. Don't load the file into my destination. Lot of conditions, guys. Lot of conditions I'm putting here. Okay. See, I'm saying minimum size of 10 bytes. Here, if I want, if the file size is less than 10 bytes, then don't pick the file. It should be at least 10 bytes. Now establish a connection between the validation control and get metadata control. Connection is what this one. This green line is called as connection. Connection we have already established. This we have done in above demo by dragging the green line from validation control to get metadata control. Then publish all. Okay, publish and then do the debug. Okay, so if you see here publish all is enabled, click on publish all and say here publish. Let the publishing gets completed. Whatever the changes you have done, like this control you have launched in your pipelines, you have given some name, you have set the data set, you have given the timeout sleep, all these things will get saved when you do the publish all. Done. Then I'll do the debug. Okay, then next I'll do the debug. Okay, the debug should also get succeeded. Wait for some 1 or 2 minutes, depends upon the file size. Then it will check whether the file is existing by our validation control in the blob storage account. If yes, from get metadata control, it will give us metadata details of the files. Okay, fine. So see now, I'm having the output for two controls. Validation if file exists, this control, and get metadata control. Two controls output I'm having, I'm having here now two controls output. Validate a file, whichever the control is first, that control output you will see here at the last. Whichever control is first, that control output you will see at the last. After the second control output, after the third control output, like this is go. If I say here now output, see what it is saying. It is giving me details. Yes, exist true. Exist true. The file is existing. The file is existing. Okay, file size is 146 MB it has given, and it is auto resolve integration runtime it has used, which has created along with my ADF. Next, get metadata. This already we have run previously. Click on this output. This is what the metadata of the file that it is giving. So both the controls, this one and this one, both the controls are working fine, and it is giving us the output. If you want to see the output, click here. Click here on the white area. Then it will show you the pipelines output. This is perfect. Now step 7. Now what I'm doing here in step 7c, now remove the CSV file from blob storage account. Okay, what I'll do, I'll come here to my blob storage account. I'll delete this CSV file. I have removed the CSV file. That's what it is saying. In settings tab of validation control for timeout, set it as 30 seconds. Here, set it as what? 30 seconds. Instead of 5 days, set it as what? 30 seconds. So what it will do now, this control will check my file in my source system, whether it is there or not, up to 30 seconds. Now, if you want to pass here 45 minutes, then pass it here 45. But up to 45 minutes, the pipeline will run. Up to 45 minutes, the pipeline will run. You have to wait up to 45 minutes. And then you have to pay the money also, because as long as the pipeline is running, ADF pipeline, Azure will keep on charging you. So instead of that, I'll simply say here, because I want to show you guys, this is testing. This is what testing I'm doing. This is testing I'm doing. Okay. So I'll say here 30 seconds. That is fine. Publish all, publish and debug the pipeline. Okay. I'll say here publish all, publish, and then I'll do the debug of the pipeline. Let the publishing gets completed here. Done. I'll do the debug. See now what it is doing. It is running the pipeline. Running this pipeline is running this control. So see, 25 seconds is done. It is checking whether the file is there in the source system or not. File is not there in the source system. So what has happened here? It got failed. It got failed. It has taken a time of 34 seconds and it has given me a timeout. It has given me a timeout. Means what? It says that the file is not existing. Exist is false. File is not present in the source system. This is just the testing I have done for you guys to make you understand. See, keep the .csv file back into the source storage account and change the timeout to 7 days, 5 days, whatever, for validation control settings tab. The above step 7, this step 7, the above step 7 is just for testing purpose only, to understand the functionality and purpose of this particular control. I'll go here. I'll keep the file back. In my source system, I'll come here. I'll say here, let it be 5 days, 10. I'll say here publish all and publish. I'll just save it. Okay. Next step 8, search for if condition control. Okay. What is this control? Generally, we use this if condition control to check whether the file content is exist or not. File exists or not. File content is as expected or not. File content inside the file content is there or not. File is there or not. File content is as expected or not. Okay. Normally to check these things, we'll use if condition control. Okay. In activity spin, drag and drop the if condition activity after get data control. Okay. So I'll just say here, let the publishing gets completed here. Hold on. If condition. I'll drag and drop this control here after get metadata. Then I'll establish a connection. Always you have to establish a connection first. Okay, fine. Then it is asking me to give the name. Okay. If condition. Okay. For source file. Okay. Click on if condition control. In general tab, give the name accordingly. Establish a connection. Connection we have already established. Okay. Get better control and if condition control. Click on activities tab. Click on this activities tab. Click on expression box. This is my expression box. Say here add dynamic content. Okay, add dynamic content. Then right side a window will open. In the same and below we can see all the expressions options. The right side a window. This window got open. See, when I click here, the window got open on the right side. That is what I have mentioned here. Okay, a window will open. Okay, on right side. Okay, right side window will open in the same window, and below we can see all the expressions options. Just make a single click on get metadata column count. What I'm doing here, get metadata column count. This one. Okay, what I'm doing here, I'm giving a condition. In if condition control, I'm writing a condition. I'm saying that if my file, whatever is there in my source system, if that file is having 4 columns, then only load the file into my destination. Else no. For that, I'll say here at okay equals okay at equals column count, okay, comma 4. What I'm saying here, the output of this get metadata activity, okay, file is there, and if that file is having a column count equal to 4, then only consider this file to load it into my destination. Okay, now you may get an doubt, sir, how we can write this expression. These expressions you will get with practice and time. As you keep on writing the expression, as you keep on taking the different requirements, as you keep on practicing it, you will get the idea how to write these expressions. In one day, in 1 week, in 1 month, you will not get. Slowly, when you start working in real-time projects, you will get this idea how to write these expressions. Okay. And mostly what happens sometimes here, the expressions would be there in your project. You take that expression, you make the changes accordingly as per the project requirement, and you will put it inside the expression builder. Fine. So I have kept that, I have keep this expression as condition. I'm saying that if my source file is having 4 columns only, then only consider my file to load it into the destination. Else ignore or don't load. Okay, fine. So I'll just go here. Okay, I'll go to step 9. Now click on show nested activities by default. Okay, if I go here, click on show nested activities by default, it is saying where is nested activities. Just hold on, guys. Show nested activities by extreme right as shown in below image. Okay, let me see here. Okay. Okay, so it's simply saying me go inside this control. Okay, I'll say here go inside this control, then I'll simply say here click on this pencil. Click on this pencil button to go inside this control. That's it. Simple. Okay, what I'm doing, this is one control. Okay, inside, if you want to go inside this control, simply click on this button, edit button. That's it. You came inside the control. If condition control, you came inside the if condition control. That's what it is saying. Okay, fine. Then here in activities, search for copy data control and then drag and drop. So here I'll say copy data control, drag and drop. So this copy data control is where inside the if condition control. If condition control is inside the pipelines, and pipelines is having multiple controls, and copy data control is inside the if condition control. Please understand this hierarchy, guys. Okay, in general tab, pass them copy data from source to target. I will say here copy data from source to target. Now click on source tab plus new. Okay, click on the head of this control, click on source tab, say here plus new. Okay. In search type Azure Blob Storage, click on Azure Blob Storage. Say here blob, Azure Blob Storage, continue. Okay. And give the name for your dataset as this one. Okay. I'm giving this name as dataset. Names, anything you can give, but give the proper naming convention, guys. Okay. Input for copy control, link services, ls blob storage. This link services I have created in my above steps. Okay. Click on folder icon, click on container. Okay. Select the file. Okay. Folder icon. Here I have kept the file, right? This file I want to copy to my destination. That's file I have selected. Okay. Ensure the first was header, import schema as done, and then say okay. Done. Finished. Now click on sync tab. What I told, sync means always the destination. Source tab we have worked upon. Source tab we have worked upon. Now come to sync tab. You will see the source sync mapping only if you properly click on the head of this control. If you click here, you will not see anything. Don't be panic. Be careful. Each and every click matters here. So now come to sync tab. Okay, plus new in search type Gen2. Now I'm creating what? Dataset and link services for my destination. For source I have created. Now I'm creating for my destination. So what is my destination storage account? Destination storage account is what? Data Lake Gen2. So I'll say here Data Lake. Okay, Data Lake Gen2. Continue. Anything you can choose. My file is what? CSV file. Comma delimited CSV file. Na? That's what I'm choosing here. CSV. See, what is the file I want to copy to my destination? CSV file. That's why I'm saying here CSV. Okay. Continue. Dataset name. I'll say a DS output. Link service. I'll give here plus new name. I'll give it as ls ADL storage. I'll say here ls ADL. So the link service name I'm giving for my destination. Link service name for my destination. Choose subscription storage account. Okay, destination storage account you have to choose carefully, guys. Don't do any mistake. And then click on create. Select the subscription storage account destination. This time I'm creating the link services and dataset for my destination storage account. So select your destination storage account. Okay, then say here test connection. Connection should be successful. Click on create. Done. I'll say here. Okay, I want to copy the file into this destination container, which I have created inside my destination storage account. See, this is a container I have created inside my destination storage account. I want the file to be copied here, na? Yes or not, guys? Here, that's why I'm saying here destination container. Say okay. No, say okay. Okay, fine. This is completed. Okay, up to here we have done. Now in same sync tab only, scroll down and change the file extension to .csv. File extension is what? CSV. Okay. Publish all, publish, click on the pipeline. Publish all, publish. Okay. So what all the developments I have done, all I am doing the save by doing the publish all, publishing. So let the publishing gets completed. This should be successfully published. Debug. After that, you have to do the debug. This is done. Publishing is completed. I'll come here to the main pipeline. This is my main pipeline. Copy data activity we have worked inside this if condition. Now I'll do the debug. So after I do the debug, it will run my pipeline. Now all the controls which we placed in pipeline should get succeeded, and we can see the file copied from our source blob storage account to ADL storage account. So if you see here in my destination, is there any file? No, file is not there. Now this pipeline will check, this pipeline will do all the prerequisites, all the validations. This control will check file is there or not. This control will give you the metadata of the file. This control will check whether the file is having 4 columns or not, or having less columns, more columns. If it is more or less, it will ignore, and this control will finally copy the file from source to destination. I'll say here now debug. Now see, no file is there as a proof I'm showing you. So let the pipeline gets completed. Here you are going to see the data get loaded into the destination. Okay, so let the pipeline gets completed, guys. We'll hold on for some 2 to 3 minutes. It will take. Okay. Okay. See now, all controls got succeeded. All controls got succeeded. Okay. Validate if file exists. This also got succeeded. Get metadata one. This also got succeeded. If condition for source, this also got succeeded. Copy data. This also got succeeded. I'll come here. I'm not finding the file. No need to be panicked. Just go one step back. Refresh. Okay. And then see the file got loaded into my destination. The file got loaded into my destination. I'll click on this file. I'll say here edit and see file along with the data also got loaded into my destination storage account, destination system, to my destination system. Exactly, it is having 4 columns. One, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can do one assignment. You will do one assignment. What is the assignment I'm going to give you? Listen the assignment. First, do this lab as it is. Carbon copy. All the sample files, everything I have given. If still no one has downloaded, if someone has to download, if still someone wants the sample files, I'll give it again. First, do this lab as it is, carbon copy. After that, remove one of the columns in this file, delete one of the columns in this file, and then check whether the data is getting loaded or not. Okay. And then second assignment you can take, instead of CSV file, take Excel file. Take Excel file. And when you are creating your link services and datasets, we are choosing CSV, comma delimited. Don't choose comma delimited. Choose Excel and see whether the Excel file is getting loaded or not. First, do this lab as it is so that you will build up the confidence. You will understand. If you are not able to do first time, do it second time. Do the same lab 2 times. Do the same lab 3 times until you are able to do in a way that without seeing the video recordings. You should be able to do the labs in a situation wherein you should do all the labs without seeing the video recordings. First, see the video recordings, no problem. First, see the video recordings, do the labs. After 2 times, you would come in a position where you can do without seeing the video recordings, then take the assignments and do it. Okay, is that clear? Mostly we are doing drag and drop here. Bhaskar, SQL queries also you can write it. Depends upon the requirement. Okay. So if Microsoft Azure ADF has given you such a tool, which is such beautiful, with just and drag and drop, it is finishing your work. Why you want to do extra work? Why you want to do extra work? Why you want to put your extra efforts? Wherever it is needed, we'll write the SQL queries also, depends upon the requirement. Okay. All right. Okay. Manju. Okay, sir. Bhaskar. Yes, sir. What is this one? No, Mitrunjay, this what you are seeing in the classes, this is absolutely you are going to do in real-time projects only. The labs, what I am showing, each and every single lab is your real-time work only. Okay, so if you are perfect in this lab, trust me, you can put up to 3 years of experience in Azure data engineering. I can ensure that. But you should be doing these labs without seeing the video recordings. That much you have to practice. This is all real-time scenarios only we are covering, Mrityunjay. Okay, that's why I told in the beginning of the lecture, in the beginning of the batch, I told this is not something like, university or college subject where you can learn something is important, you learn, which is not important, you ignore. Okay, it's not something like this here. Every single thing is going to helpful for you in your real-time projects. If you want to validate the file which is there in specific time, okay, then I think for that you have to use a separate control, Shilpa Sahu. For that you have to use a separate control. Validate control will check whether the file exists or not in the source system. Manju, I'm saying file formats are different. Nah? We are having different file formats. CSV is there, Excel is there, okay, JSON is there. So I'm saying that you do the assignments first with CSV, then do it with the Excel. Do it with Excel. First do it with CSV. In CSV also, I'm just asking you to modify the file data and do the same lab again. And let us if condition control is performing correctly its tasks or not. Okay. See these video recordings multiple times, guys. The video recording what we have done today. See this multiple times. No, Bhaskar gateways will not create here. Why you want to create gateways, Bhaskar? Gateways comes under networking, Bhaskar. Networking team, Azure network engineers will take care of these gateways. Okay, you are data engineer, right? Yeah, Shreya, yes, we are having plans for that, Shreya. I completely agree with you. We had a lot of holidays, especially for this batch. Okay, unfortunately, I'm getting stuck with office work and all. Yes, I'm having 100% plan to take the classes on Saturdays and Sundays also. Yes, to compensate these leaves, we'll take the classes on Saturdays and Sundays. The classes will be in the morning time. Okay, Saturdays and Sundays, guys. Yeah, very good, Shilpa. Who has told this? Shreya. Sorry, Shreya. So see here, guys, we had multiple holidays for this batch, especially. Okay, so to compensate, okay, we are planning, okay, to take classes on Sundays also. Okay, because I think 7 to 8 holidays we have done till now. We had till now 7 to 8 holidays. Unfortunately, we had. Okay, and see here, if it's a plan leave, I can tell, guys, but now it won't happen. Now, I'm not going to take any holiday. Okay, hopefully, this is my promise. Okay, so now to compensate that, see, Monday to Saturday, we are having classes. Monday to Saturday, we are having classes. This is normal. We are having classes as per Naresh IT schedule. As per Naresh IT schedule, we were having classes Monday to Saturday. Okay, but Saturdays I was not taking the classes. Saturdays I was not taking the classes. But now from this week onwards, okay, we'll have classes on Saturday and Sunday even. Okay. Tohir, don't open your video, Tohir. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Tohir. What is this? Not directly for this class, please, sir. I have an interview on Friday and need some help with the project. I have been given to prepare a present on the interview. Can you spare 10 minutes to help me with this project or suggest anyone that can help me? My WhatsApp number. Okay. Solution B, just check with your batch admin. Just check with your batch admin. Okay. Fine. Is the source file format and destination file format should be same, or I can define destination file as anything on my requirement? Yes, you can do it. Shilpa Sahu, at the time of destination, you can change the file format accordingly as per your choice. Solution B, I'm reading your comment. Okay.